I've seen very simple ideas, but with very fantastic entrepreneurs who take it to scale.
Your job is to find out your unique selling points and make sure you're the best at it. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Seyi Banigbe, and you're welcome to Binging with GameChangers, where we delve into the minds of people with celebrated brands and careers. So we're able to smash the sort of ceilings they've been able to smash and do big things in general. Before we get into today's show, though, how have you been? I've been okay. I'm doing well. And I've been thinking a lot about my university memories, you know. A lot of interesting and fun things happened. I love how sometimes you meet a guy and he says, oh, I'd love to come see you. And you give him your room number. He comes, he says, oh, I'm at the car park. You get into his car to chat. You guys are talking politics, you know, lectures, a lot of intellectual stuff. And before you know it, you realize it's getting so cold in the car, you know, almost freezing. And then you realize he's turned on the music. And you start hearing songs like, I wanna know, I wanna know. And you're thinking, I want to know what turns you on. Really? Is that what you came here for? And once I see them behaving like that, thank you very much. It was really nice having you over. I'd see you sometime over in school. Yes, why? Why do guys do that? You said you were coming to discuss lectures, politics. You just wanted to be a friend. And you turn on, I want to know what's on your mind. What? Excuse me? Don't play smart. Why do guys do that? Hit me up on social media at the BWG show. Tell me about some of the, you know, kind of like shady stuff, you know, when someone is trying to feel smart. Like, be straight. I want to date you. I like you. Don't come to my hostel or come visit and you start turning, you know, playing songs that are passing your message. Don't be a coward. Talk. When we return, we'll be meeting our game changers and it's going to be hot today, guys. Yes. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the show, guys. Our game changer today is someone I know you love to hear from. He's a successful entrepreneur. He's the CEO of Red Media, a brand that provides media-related services to brands like Facebook, Intel, Uber. That's a big deal. He's also a political influencer. He's one of the brains behind the amazing branding we saw on President Buhari during the recent successful presidential campaign, you know, that was conducted by the president. We have with us today, and I'm excited, you can see it, right? Adebola Williams! Hi, Debola, it's so good to have you here. Really? Oh my gosh, this is your song.
Yes,
you are here by, no, it's Waymaker by Sinat.
Yes,
what does it do for you? Why?
I just find it interesting. And interestingly, I'm not even necessarily interested in the whole song. Okay. I like the song, but the part that just gets me is the part where you are here. You are here, moving in this place. I worship you. So I think for me, it's basically, you know,
it's a reminder.
Professing and, you know, calling the presence of God, inviting the presence of God
Pastor.
wherever I am, you know, and then letting him know that I worship him. You know, worship is so important to me, and worship I find is one of the quickest way to unlock God's blessings, to unlock God's favor.
Was this always the plan, Debola? Like, providing PR services to presidents across the world? Firms, global firms. I mean, when you were 18, was this what you were strategizing?
You know, it's very interesting. No, this wasn't the plan. But I found, and I keep finding as I go on in life, that things you pray for will happen to you. It might not be exact as you prayed for, but close enough. I remember that for a long time, I wanted to do a book that by God's grace I'm still going to do. Okay. And I'd hoped to interview a number of presidents for that book. And just a couple of days ago, I was at home and it occurred to me, it's like, listen, you've engaged with 6 African presidents now, okay, including Obama, making 7, who's I'm not African, but you know. And you wanted to do this book about Africa and talking to presidents. So, you know, it's not the book, it's about one way or the other, I'm offering service.
You saw it, sort of.
So I didn't see it, but then I called something of that nature.
Okay.
I was speaking somewhere this morning out of Lagos in Otta, and I was saying to them, I see, what is important are your fundamentals. What makes you who you are. And so for everywhere you find yourself, those things will be expressed. So when I was 14, the resilience I had and all the sacrifices I made to be able to get on stage as a stage actor was the same resilience and passion and sacrifice I did to move to be a TV presenter. Was the same resilience, passion, doggedness I moved to do the Future Awards with no money, but just an idea, just a dream. And so at every stage in my life, the same passion, the same resilience reformed the company. So at every stage in my life, the things, the values, the characteristics that make me special, different, remain intact. So which is the same thing with these dreams and visions. You might not get the exact, but you will be near enough and you will get the same fulfillment you were hoping to get.
Amazing, amazing. I love what you say about the progression, that the same resilience. And what I think, happens to everyone is the more you express that, it's like a muscle. The more you express it, the better you get at it. It becomes stronger, and then you're able to take on bigger things. You wear so many hats, Debola, and you know that. You're one of the brains behind Rubbin Minds, a very popular TV show. You're behind the Future Awards. It's endless. I mean, when I was reading, I read and read and read and read, and I'm like, wow. How do you make sure you don't drop balls?
By having a good team and having an amazing partner.
Brings me to my next question.
Yeah, so thanks to God that I found today, and I'm not sure that I'd have achieved all the things I've achieved without having that partnership. We're different, we have different strengths, and we have differences, but the vision is aligned, the future we want to build is aligned, and so every other thing is secondary, and we're able to then help each other carry the body at different times. And then we have a team, Chide does a lot of background work, so you might not see him sometimes as much as you see me, but he's strengthening the organization. He plays a crucial role, in sharpening the team and ensuring that we have a team that can support and that can succeed, what we do, and that's important to us. So we're young. I'm 31, sometimes I forget my age. I'm sure he's 32, but we're already talking succession plan. We put a young man who's in his 20s as a CEO. It doesn't make sense to even him. But that's how we do it, because that's how we grew. We went in the deep end and we swam because there was a spirit, that was not going to be broken. And we train our team to also take on that kind of can-do spirit, that kind of doggedness. For you to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to use limited resources to create something.
True.
So those are the kinds of values that we share with the team, and that ultimately helps us to be able to do all of these things. I mean, the Rubbin Minds is done every Sunday. I don't remember the last time I went to the studio, because there's a guy called Sheon who produces Rubbin Minds. Ynaija, there's Dolapo, Isime, and all of those people on Ynaija. So all the brands have the teams who manage them.
Plug in the right people.
On the Future Awards. They're people.
Beautiful. And you know what I love about that? You're actually empowering Nigerians. As much as they're helping your vision, you're helping the country, because that's a lot. What's your staff?
They're helping themselves, and most importantly, they are actually also mirroring possibilities to other young people.
Beautiful.
Because young people who see, one of the lady who manages the Future Project now, she started with us 7 years ago as a volunteer managing food. They used to call her Bookie Welfare. From welfare, she's leading a team. Wow. We sent her to Geneva to go and do a course, to LBS. It's totally different now. And wherever the people who she was with while she was a volunteer, who saw her in a certain way, they see her now, they know it is possible.
Amazing stuff. I love that you spoke about partnership, and we're going to delve, dig more into that when we return, because I have failed at partnerships. I run businesses, and a lot of times I'm accused, look, Seyi, you're doing a lot. If you had a partner, maybe, and I'm like, you know what? I've tried to partner, and the passion isn't that drive, and then I'm feeling like, why am I doing more? Don't worry. And it's something a lot of people go through, and you're going to tell us more about how you've been able to survive with the partnership. When we return, we'll be hearing more from Debola. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the show. We are still speaking with Adebola Williams, and it's getting hotter, I tell you. Debola, how are you again?
Good.
So tell me, how are you and Trude doing this thing? Is partnership easy?
It's tough. It's like a marriage. Trude laughs every time I say it's like a marriage.
Yes,
but
it is.
It is a marriage. Any relationship that has to last, And the first rule is that you must first realize that you must first appreciate your limitation. You're a human being, you're limited.
Okay.
You have to find value in somebody else and be vulnerable enough to take it. You know, that's number one. Number two, you then also have to appreciate the contribution of the other person. Number three, you have to also see and ensure that, do we share the same future? Do we see the same vision? If we do, every other thing is secondary. Number four, you said you felt you were doing too much. Well, yes, in every relationship, at some point, one person does too much.
At the beginning, it's a bit hard for when you're...
That's the point. How much value have you placed on the 30% the person is bringing? You think it's 30%, the person sees it as 100%. Because that's their strength. That's their capacity, their capability. Do you have it? No. So you view it from that perspective. You have to also try to be viewing things from the person's perspective and not only from your own perspective. That's when you get conceited. That's when you begin to feel like you need to take more. Also, find what makes you happy, what makes you feel your contribution is appreciated, and discuss it with the person.
So are you saying divide, like share roles? Is that what
Never
I
be
hear you
afraid
saying?
of conversation. So if you feel you're doing too much, what will make you feel rewarded for that too much? Discuss with the person.
Okay, so maybe I should be getting more money.
Discuss with the person.
Yeah,
and
true.
say, listen,
Very
this is
true.
look at it. Let's be logical about this. This is A, B, C, and D. What do you think? This is what I'm thinking. Person says, no, go and think about it.
And let everything
If at
be
the end of
open.
the day, the person still doesn't agree, you know, you now have to say to yourself, am I gaining more even though it's only 30%? Or if I cut away this 30%, I can still be at my optimum. If you not be at your optimum, it's at your own peril to let it go.
To let it go. Amazing stuff. I learned a lot about partnership from that. The average Nigerian believes that without leg or connection, you can't go too far. You've handled the biggest of briefs, gotten the biggest of, you know, jobs and all of that. What would you like to say about that mindset in relation to your experience with, you know, the kind of briefs and companies you've dealt with?
So the problem is not that without knowing someone you can't get far. That's not a problem. It is for you to work to know people.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong.
No, it's not wrong, but they sit in their homes and don't move and say, because I don't know someone there.
Yeah, so it is your job to leave your father's house and go and find the connections you need to move yourself from point A to point B. The same way you left your father's house to go to get an education. And for 6 years you were in a school learning what you did not know because you were hoping to take the certification to get a job. That's the same way you need to build the relationships you need so you can use those relationships to open doors. Your certificate opens you to the door of employment. Those relationships open you to the door of opportunities.
Beautiful.
So you don't stay anywhere and
You're
complain.
saying, oh, build the network. So to some people, that's vague. They can't even think of, how do I, what's he saying? Like, what?
So leave. You see, people many times also want you to spell this thing out.
Yes, please
So
spell.
people need. And I always say that, listen, the
What sort of
answers are
event?
there.
What are you
The
talking about when you
answers
say
are
go out there and build?
Leave your father's house.
Okay, I go
Where
out.
do I want to be? Where do I think opportunity lies for me? Then go to the places where you think you can find that opportunity.
For instance?
So if, for example, you think that, you know, you need to be on the island, you know, the island is an opportunity for you. So go to the Palms. Go and try to make friends with people at the Palms. Where do you work? Do you work on the island? Look for your colleagues. So, you see,
Be deliberate.
Be deliberate. Be deliberate about it. I was saying to people this morning where I spoke about identity, and I said, listen, go online and find this tool called MBTI. If you get online and you find that it's locked, you know, search for MBTI free. If you find it, after you do your personality test and you've read up on that site, take your personality combination, put it on Google. It will show you other, you know, articles and analysis about it. But I find that if you tell somebody to check MBTI, they'll put MBTI, oh, it's locked. So be deliberate to find a solution. You see, the important thing is not to tell you how. It's for me to unlock in you that it is possible and that you are the one who is setting yourself back by not rising up to the occasion.
So guys, have you heard? Network. And I totally agree. Most of the biggest things that happened to me in my own life is I had to just take over, like take that relationship.
You see, we also make relationships and we think that those relationships will work for you just like that. The job with the president took 4 years of being in a relationship with a DG.
Wow.
But in those 4 years, I made clear to show my value. So it's not just about relationships, but whoever you have a relationship with also has to know your capability and capacity. If not, they will take your job and give to somebody else.
Beautiful, Adebola. You're such an inspiration. And, you know, I was talking to you earlier. I was like, what school did you go? And I was touched, though. You said it was an equivalent, though it was in London, it's an equivalent of our Nigerian Institute of Journalism. And you were very emphatic that it's not a degree. You know, and people think, is that degree, the MBA, the PhD? This guy is dining and whining with presidents, and you tell me degree. Resilience. I think you're a story of just, this is my goal, and you went for it.
I've never been conventional. You know, so I just took things, London School of Marketing, Pan-African University, just took bits and pieces and put it together.
I mean, so you make education look less fancy, though.
I mean, it's great. I mean, my partner is going for a PhD.
Wow.
It's amazing, you know, but again, it's your choice.
Yeah.
But you would not be limited by anything.
By not having...
Nothing, you do not have anything.
Yes.
Nothing can limit you. You know, people say no one is indispensable. People are right. They can say what they want to say. Your job is to make yourself indispensable. Your job is to find out your unique selling points, your unique talent, to hone it and make sure you're the best at it. That they will seek you from the north, the east, the south, and the west.
Beautiful.
That people will look for you and say, listen, without this person, we can't move. That people will say, oh, no, we can't use that guy. They say, there's nothing you can say. This is the guy that uses it. He's the only one.
He's the authority
that
in
knows
this.
how to do it.
Yeah.
So your job is to be the best, regardless of what the world says. All of these things are the world standards.
And even our parents sometimes, they tell you...
All the things people say, your parents, education, everything is the world standards. What is inside of you, what God has put inside of you is more than all of those things. And your job is that when you're in school, you should not get third class, you should also get first class.
Yes, but
and if you don't get first class, there must be something in you that you can get first class in. Nobody is third class all around. So maybe it's not school. You know, so I said to people, nobody's useless. You haven't just aligned yourself with your
first class area. Yeah.
You have to align yourself with your use. You have to find the place where you are first class and hone it until you shine.
Wow, this is amazing, Debola. I am so pumped. Thank you. Guys, we'll be meeting our corporate game changer in the next segment. See you in a bit.